Snapchat does care more. Hey, have you, I've had a bit of a moment of clarity this week. Keith deleted Snapchat, deleted it all. The shrine has gone. It is no longer on my phone.
So Jones's persistence is starting to pay off.
Mate, I'll tell you what it is, right? No, seriously. Moretta, the life coach, has been in my life this week, right? And he said, I do a lot of bad things in my life. I don't perceive as being bad. I just think it's normal. And he turned around to me and says, think of it this way. You're an example to your son. What kind of man do you want him to turn out to be? That's what he said to me. And I'm like, proper broken, man. Just deleting all nudie pictures on my phone and everything. Sorry, girls, can send me some more. Sorry. I'm over it now. I'm over my hangover.
Life coach, is this Wayne McDonald again? Because what he does now?
No, Adrian Moretta is called. He's better with Moretta, that's what he tells the girls. So anyway, we need our first guest out tonight.
It's better with Moretta, but this is your life coach.
Yeah, but Jonesy life coach number 2. You ready? Go on then.
In the blue and yellow.
Oh dear.
In the blue and yellow corner, weighing in at 110 kilos, the warrior from Wigan, Paul Wood.
Yay! Get yourself round here, big lad.
That's a prop forward for you. Couldn't sidestep pass around them mics. Just wanted to run straight over him.
How are you, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
So, we'll do some mic coaching. Talk like that. Don't look at me.
Yeah.
Just think you're looking at me. That's the way.
Struggles or don't he? Look at the size of his nozzle. It gets in way.
How's things, mate? You're injured at the moment again.
Yeah, I am.
And so when I saw you in Australia, what were wrong with you then?
Yeah, I had microfractures in my knee then, so a bit of a long injury. That's 6 months for. So back end of season, well, managed to finish the season with it, but during pre-season needed this knee operation. So yeah, I was on my holidays with you in Australia. And then
that's the same as what Chev had and what Gibbo had as well. And you see me just chilling. Poor Ben Harrison were running around like a dog, literally like a big sweaty dog running around, and he was like chilling with Fitzy telling stories.
Yeah.
Well, that guy, I was thinking about yesterday. Do you remember All Day Frank?
Yeah. Can't forget him.
What a guy! This guy, All Day Frank. We were watching Sydney Roosters play Warrington in like a training game, and this guy literally stood outside the pitch abusing Tony Smith, like literally just giving him grief the whole session, and no one did anything about it. I was like, who is this guy? Do you know who was he?
Oh, he's just a big character in Australia. I think he's been around like the rugby clubs for years. And the first year we went down there in 2012, he was basically on every single training session that we did, and he just stood there shouting all day,
all day.
And he'd actually Tony loved him that much. He brought him through. He thought he brought a big atmosphere and plenty of enthusiasm to training sessions, and it became one of our calls in 2010. So we, when we were struggling on the pitch, we'd shout all day, and like it did spark us up a bit actually.
He's definitely a character, one of a kind. Jones, have you ever had anyone like that around your kind of camps?
Not really. Only guy I can think of who really stood out in games was him who kept shouting DISCO for Matt Diskin. Do you remember him, Keith?
Yeah, he back of the West Stand, wasn't he?
Basically,
we used to be warming up, and it goes silent, and you just hear this guy shouting out when you DISKO.
And after a while, lads, every time I did, lads just burst out laughing when we started training that, but. No, I don't really. I didn't even many fruitcakes. I think that's what happens when you go to Australia, isn't it? I'm interested though. I've obviously had a really bad knee. It's almost like symmetry because you've got a bad bicep now. Did that come about?
Yeah, 2 games in, coming back from a knee injury and managed to rupture my bicep just in a tackle. Just got hit on a sweet spot with an elbow and bicep just ruptured. So needed an operation again on that.
Mate, that's exactly what happened to me, but 4 games in. And I had to spend a time in 2 weeks in a sling, which I did. I thought I'd be quite disciplined. You're only 10 days. I can see that your sling's off. How long did you keep it on for?
Well, if my physio's listening, I've kept it on for 2 weeks. But yeah, just a couple of days. It's just I can't sit at home, just doing nothing. So as long as everything feels all right to me, I'm defying the medical books.
Mate, it was my right
arm.
Dr. Wood, yeah.
Hey, all you need is Google. If you Google it and it says you can, you're good to go.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure, yeah. But little Dr. Art Simpsons. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Dr. Nick.
Yeah, I had mine in a sling for 2 weeks, and it's amazing things you do with your right arm that you take for granted. It was an absolute, it was a nightmare. But I'm glad to get it off, nearly there. I've got a Cybex text 10 week. When do you up to be back? Have you got your sights on the game?
Yeah, well, I'm, not no particular game, but yeah, I'm looking at the same again. About 10 to 12 weeks that they're telling me. So I'm hoping to be at the 10-week mark, but just see how I go now. Keep progressing.
I've got to ask you, you've been described as the toughest man in sport, and you are famous for having one ball. And someone said on TalkSport, he's got to be the toughest man in sport. That's a big shout.
Yeah, and they're not wrong neither.
on a pain level of like 1 to 10, is it the worst injury you ever had?
Nah, funnily enough, talking about it over there with Simon Griggs, because Simon Griggs dislocated his shoulder in the same game I did my bicep, and I was having a shower and I could hear this almighty scream at change rooms, and they was trying to put Simon Griggs' shoulder back in his socket, and that's the worst. It was identical injury I had about 7 years ago, and that's the worst injury I've ever had pain wise. Is dislocating my shoulder. Don't get me wrong, this was sore, but the shoulder was definitely the worst one.
The shoulder was worse than your ball?
Yeah, definitely. The ball incident, it was after the game, just got into the showers and I just dropped down like a sack of spuds. And well, during the game, it just dropped like a sack of spud. It's not. It wasn't as bad. It was blown out of proportion, really. I know it's your manhood and everything, but like I say, it wasn't worse pain.
Did you not want to keep it? Because Disco did exactly the same, and we saw his afterwards, and it were a fair size, and it were quite impressive. Was yours exactly the same?
Yeah, it was.
Did you feel a proper man having a testicle the size of a tennis ball?
I mean, to be honest, like during the game, it was swollen. It was like, I'd say, size of a tennis ball. During the game, and then it just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like I got in showers, I think it had like doubled in size. I got to hospital, it like more or less doubled again. I just had this like big pouch. Like,
what would it blood with it?
I thought I was going to give birth at one point, but they didn't even give me a choice whether I could keep it or not. So I just left the hospital, and that was it. Never to be seen again. No.
This was grand final, wasn't it? Was it?
Yeah. This was it in the grand final. So obviously, you know yourself, if you're playing in one of them, you're not coming off, are you? So.
No. Can you imagine, though, Keith, if you let him keep it after a grand final, you've got Mad Monday. Imagine going round on Mad Monday with your testicle in your hand. What's going to happen with that? Somebody's going to beat in it, innit? Something horrible. But that is quite bad. I hope I've seen Jamie Peacock. He did something similar in 2005 grand final, but I wouldn't wish it up anybody.
How does it feel just having won?
Just same. Probably had more action with one than I have with two. So
Well, you have been. You are a man like James Bond. You are a bit of an action man, ain't you, buddy? We can't talk about that on radio. So bring our next guest on.
Also in the blue and yellow corner, weighing in at 75 kilos, the baller from Billinge. That is Micky Higham.
Welcome, Micky Higham, to Rugby M's Mad Monday. Pull your mic right into you.
Somebody's going to have to lift it up for him.
You're not sure, yeah.
Go on, chew dog. Once you're in, you can't get out.
We're in there. Cheers, mate. Pleasure to be here.
Right, well, at the moment it's 2-0 to me.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I got my beauty yesterday at the game. Bradford, I like to think of myself as the 14th man at Bradford. Like the guy just getting the fans G'd up. I say things I shouldn't. Like I've taken the mick out of refs this year. Half time this week, for instance, we do this thing called #Bulls Team Talk, and it allows the fans to tweet me whatever they want me to read out. Obviously, I make some up myself, so I went, Silverwood's tan's as pink as his shirt, and a few things like that. Just a bit of banter with fans. Fans love it. And this week, as with Micky warming up, obviously all serious, then I'm jumping about pitch, having a laugh at cheerleaders and bullman and bullboy. I went up until I went, have a good game, boys. Went to shake Micky's hand. He put his hand out, give him the old, oh! Fans loved it. And I'd like to think that threw you off your game a little bit, Mick.
Well, it worked, didn't it? Yeah, you got a victory there, so yeah, I'll keep it in mind for next time. That.
I know. I'm gonna get it one of these days. I can see it coming. It was a tough game yesterday. We're going to go into game reviews later on, but did you see that one coming? I looked at your team sheet and I thought, there's a few players out here. Did you rest a few, or do you have a lot of injuries?
Yeah, we're doing it pretty tough with injuries. Just speaking to Woody on the way in, you don't realise how many we've got missing. Noah Woody, Simon Griggs, Benny Westwood, Steph Ratchford, Richie Myler. The 5 starters in our team, week in, week out. So, we're pretty low on numbers at the moment. We've got some young lads who are playing week in, week out, and ask any lads on this panel, it's a tough ask for young lads week in, week out. I know they've got to do it but against when the going gets tough, sometimes it's a big ask from them. And we got out enthused yesterday by probably a Bulls team that was way below strength as well.
They had some shocking injuries, but they had a few loan additions, and I know Woody, you can tell us all about loans. You're king of Swinton apparently, and
is that Woody or me?
You've been at Swinton a few times, and it's I know Tudog's going to touch on it later, the old loan system, whether it's good or bad for the game, and whether it's giving certain teams an unfair advantage. But we had big Anthony Kafusi yesterday. He had a storming game. I suppose it's a bit of a surprise for a team turning up to play, and you're thinking, all right, well, yeah, Bradford have got a few injuries. Then you look and they've got Jay Pitts, Joe Arundel, and Anthony Kafusi starting. It's 3 good players just drafted in.
Yeah, and I think you give him a lift. Certainly he's probably not been playing much game time. Kafusi, so probably adrenaline got him through because he's a big boy and
he's massive.
Yeah, he's one of them that you probably look to target, try and tire him out, but we probably didn't do a good enough job because he ramped up straight from kickoffs. He was tough to handle yesterday.
I thought loads of unforced errors yesterday, a bit of a sloppy game. But your big prop Ant in England. How much does he look like Alex Walmsley? He's like a double of Alex Walmsley. I thought we were out at first. I have seen him out a few times at Zucchini's in a few restaurants and stuff. I have to double take. But he's a proper nice bloke, and he got across for a try yesterday.
Yeah, first try in Super League. He's been working hard off season. He's going to some good shape because he's a big lad. Like you say, it's Yorkshire, isn't it? Is it same? Might have same parents up here somewhere.
Hold that thought.
But yeah, good for him. He's been working hard and he got on the score sheet, and hopefully it's one of many to come for him.
How are you finding life without Breezy? Is it just are you struggling this year as a team?
Yeah, everybody says it, you can't win without Breezy, can you? But it looks like it's right this year. But no, we probably are missing at times. When the going gets tough. Lee's he's got his rugby brain is it's certainly one of the best I've played with. Probably very much he's not renowned for his how good a shape or defensive player he is, but he can certainly get you into a game and kick you out of a game or provide that pass. And something probably we're not quite good at the moment. Our kicking game's been pretty average all year. We've not really anybody at the moment stepping up, being a bit of a leader. We've got a few that have put their hands up, but we're not quite there yet.
You mentioned leader there. There's a lot of experience in the gun. Obviously, Breeze, Morley, Carvel. Is it that experience more than the on the field skill that you're probably missing? Do you reckon?
I think it could be, yeah. When that going gets tough, Moz wasn't. He didn't say a lot of words, Moz, but he led by example, and obviously you take Brett Hodgson out the back as well.
Yeah.
Key position at the back. I've got a young lad Matty Russell filling in who's doing a great job, but 2 totally different styles, and I'd enjoy that bit of calmness again. And obviously with Lee and Moz, there's a nice spine through the team that had some leaders in key positions, and obviously Tony, realise it'll look ready for people to come in place, but. Certainly, I think we are missing them, but certainly it's nothing you can do about it. You've got to get on with it, and if you use it as excuses, then you're going to struggle. But we've got to somebody like myself, and so when Woody's back fit, we're experienced players who've played a lot of games now, and it's time for people like us to step up and take their mantles.
Something that always replaces experience, or quite well, just as important as enthusiasm. You mentioned Young England, Yorkshire. John Bastian would have taken a lot over. Are we still to see the fruits of what John Bastian did before he left come through, do you think, at Warrington?
Yeah, we've got a few who are waiting in the wings now. We've got 2 young kids, the King brothers. They come from Yorkshire. They're 2 lads who are probably not far off. We've got a few more that John's gone through the ranks who are training first team. Some are ready for first team soon, and I think the future's bright for Warrington. Certainly, has got a lot of good young athletes coming through, and obviously probably not to blood them all through at once. Because you can be. It doesn't always work in your favour, but there's certainly some waiting in the wings, and think the future's bright. We just need to get the present sorted at the moment.
Right, it's time to look at the weekend's action and get Jonesy under his covers. Jonesy, I think this could be a real famous kind of style you do it, undercover reporting. You've heard of undercover reporting, like when you're spying on someone, normally a bird or something, you're trying to get some information out of them. Jonesy's taking it to a new level and he's actually doing undercover, as in under his bed cover reporting.
He's got 46 kids. It's a madhouse. He's got to get somewhere quiet, hasn't he?
There's a lot of echoes and sounds in there. So I go up to the bedroom and just get up under the sheets, and it's brilliant soundproofing, good soundboards, and I just shout at my phone from whatever I've written down, and they're all downstairs thinking, what's he doing? He's just shouting his head off, and you can just hear me. But anyway, it sounds a lot better.
You got some sound effects as well, Jonesy?
Yeah, kids were playing on Xbox. I've got an Xbox One. And they love Minecraft, so I like it when I get on Xbox. It's something new, and they were playing on Killer Instinct, and it was on like in background for ages. You know, when you start whistling a tune or whatever, and I thought that's meant. And there was some sound effects in the Killer Instinct themes that you can use, I think, for rugby's. Anyway, tweeting or whatever, send us a message, however you do it in these days. Ring up if you've got a phone, and let us know what you think.
Ready.
Wow, what a fairy tale Bradford Bulls are producing this season. Just 2 games ago they suffered an 84-6 defeat at Wigan and all seem to be falling apart. But the West Yorkshire side bounced back last week by knocking and improving Catalan Dragons out of the Challenge Cup to make the last 8 before pulling the shock of the round this week with a 34-28 win over the Warrington Wolves. Anthony England opened up the try scoring for the Wolves, but their leader was short-lived when Jamie Foster and Brett Caney scored quick successive tries to put the Bulls in front. Chris Bridge picked up where he left off last week at Doncaster with his 4-try scoring spree by adding Warrington's second try and putting a conversion to put the visitors 2 points in front. Danny Addy kicked a pinball into Monaghan's hands before some silky skills from the Wolves finished with the speedy Kevin Penny scoring a Warrington's third. The never say die spirit from the Bulls shone through as Alberson raced over from a Luke Gale pass, allowing Jamie Foster to add a second 2-point conversion, but Monaghan squeezed another in from close range to put visitors ahead by 6 at half time. Soon after the break, Purtell chased down a Gaskell kick to bring the Bulls level, but on 60 minutes, World Cup braveheart Matty Russell scored a fantastic solo effort after receiving a pass from tonight's guest, Micky Higham. Elliot Keir brought the Bulls back within 2 points with a nail-biting 9 minutes left, and Danny Addy clinched the day when his individual brilliance helped Purtell to the line to score his second of the afternoon. Foster kicked a late penalty to put the game to bed, and Bradford Bulls, on the debut of Antonio Kafusi, currently on from Huddersfield Giants, celebrated their second win in 2 weeks with the cancellation of their 6-point deficit, putting them above London on points difference.
Supreme victory.
Is that the end of that one? That's class.
It's alright.
I like that, Jonesy.
A bit different, takes a long time, right? You're messing about. I don't know what I'm doing on my 2008 MacBook, that's all. About to burst into flames, but...
Supreme victory.
You're just saying there, Mickey, there's a few soft tries that you reckon let you down.
Yeah, I do. Just like something that we've not been accustomed to lately in the last few years. We've prided ourselves on, being tough to break down, and I think at the moment, certainly for making error or a penalty, we can't back it up. We seem to be conceding, and if you've seen the highlights yesterday, there's some for the standards we set, some poor tries yesterday, like missed tackles and maybe nobody there covering it up. Probably a little bit we're out at the moment, a bit lacking in confidence. I don't know.
How do you find Tony Smith? You two guys, like, I remember when he was at Leeds, he was quite intense with it every game, and when after the loss, you feared it sometimes. What's he like these days?
Yeah, I'd obviously heard all the rumours about Tony, being very strict and intense, but I think when he come to Warrington, I think he just adapted a bit and changed his style, because there was probably different characters in the Warrington squad to the Leeds squad, and he's pretty relaxed really. I've found him to be best coach I've certainly worked under, and I think he's great for getting the best out of the players. But yeah, I didn't think he was going to be a coach that you could sit there and have a bit of a laugh and a giggle with. But yeah, he's pretty relaxed and chilled. Obviously not today. He was a bit high there today after yesterday's defeat. But I mean, like I say, I get on really well with Tony, and like I say, great coach and very easy going. Nothing that I expected him to be honest.
For sure. Mickey, when you left Saints, did you have to go to Wigan through Bradford? Were you technically registered with Bradford for a period?
Yeah, for about 5 minutes or so, something like that.
What happened there? Why
Why'd you have to do that?
Well, it were there come a time I was at St Helens, and I need to be playing regular first team. You know, I was in the squad, but
you're better than James Rugby though.
Yeah, I wish. Obviously, Kieran Cunning were there. Kieran was there. James Rowe was coming through. They had Scott Moore, and it's a bit too high for me. This need a cushion. Cheers, Matt. Anyway, what I said to the chairman, you know, it looks like I'm going to move on. You know, I think Wigan have come in for me. I'd like to go there, and the Saints chairman said, "Listen, I'm not selling you to Wigan. As simple as." Obviously, Bradford are coming at the time, so I think Bradford kind of spoke to Wigan, did a deal. I think Tez Newton went the other way. I went to Wigan. Just had to sign for Bradford for 10 minutes, so they'd let me go to Wigan. Sad, really. You know, everything was in place for me to go there. Just Saints being that rivalry with Wigan, he won't sell me to Wigan. So
I think if they knew how you'd have played for Wigan, those Saints would have sold you straight to Wigan, wouldn't they? Because you nearly two come down, didn't you? That first year?
Oh, that's harsh.
Oh, he started.
Like Millwall said, though, it's paid my mortgage off, so I'm not bothered. Well, then the saviour come, didn't he? Oh, mate, Mr. Fielding comes.
I've noticed the banter between you was class. Like on, we set up when I asked these boys to come on, we set up a text, like a little text thing, and you were getting it big time with Mickey about being down at Swinton and stuff and being a bit of a forgotten man.
Oh, I can give it what he can't take it though. That's what he's like.
Yeah, it's true.
I thought you could get 10 a night, Mr. 10 a night, wouldn't you? You can definitely give it.
Yeah, I can definitely give it, but I can't take it. But hey, I had the last laugh though about Swinton. I'm the top try scorer. I scored a try this year when I played for him, so I'm the top try scorer this year. So
you're the top try scorer at Swinton?
Yeah, top try scorer, scored one. Not anybody else has scored yet.
How do you find going out and playing Championship rugby?
To be honest, the first game, my first game back, we played Barrow, and obviously the standard wasn't obviously nowhere near Super League, but it was a good game to come back to. It wasn't that intense. I managed to play big minutes and blow a few cobwebs off. And the week later, Tony wanted me to play another game, and we played Featherstone at their place, and it was really intense. The standard was really good, and they played some good rugby. And one of the areas I was looking to work on was my defence. I wanted to get my timing right and that in defence, and Featherstone threw the ball around a lot, which moved me around the park. So yeah, it was obviously when you're playing the top teams, it's pretty tough. It's not easy as some people might think.
One of my mates is down at Swinton, James Brown.
Yeah, Brownie.
He's a good kid, isn't he? Local Leeds, like Queen's boy.
Yeah, Brownie. Yeah, to be honest, he was having some good games when I was down there, and scored a couple of tries. And yeah, he's a big lad. He played for Queens, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a massive unit, and he's got great hands. But he's just one of them lads who probably, if he went full time somewhere, he'd probably be a great player. But he's just not fit at all.
Yeah, he lacks a bit of fitness, and he's thicker than a whale omelette, so that doesn't help him. But yeah, he's absolutely great bloke. Got on with him really well actually, and I had a good laugh with him when I was down at training.
Right, I'm going to play your tune now. You've selected a tune for us to play, and everyone gets a tune to play on the show. And you got a story behind your tune.
Yeah, just this tune just takes us back to 2010 with Warrington, and as a squad, it's all to become our song as a team, and we won the Challenge Cup, and then we went down London the following year, and to play the London Broncos was all in a hotel together, and this song came on, and just typical Richie Mathers style, just came bouncing in, no clothes on, and just wiggling his bum cheeks around, and it just sort of stuck with us. But then we all went on an end of season trip to Magaluf as well, and just for some reason, every single bar we went in, this song was just constantly on, and Mathers just jumping about and just
mincing about it.
Well, yeah, not dancing. He was mincing around, and it just brings back some good memories.
He's a good bloke, Mathers, and I've seen him mince. He does love a mince around, doesn't he?
Yeah, like I say, every time we hear this song, even to this day, like everyone just shouts Mathers, like it's just stuck with him. But yeah, definitely a character when he was at Warrington.
Yeah, if he didn't have kids, there would be question about his sexuality, definitely.
Even with kids, Michael Barrymore had kids.